and we'll see if we can find something that's ripe, because it's the early part of the harvest. Here we go. Ty, you get to taste that. So,
okay.
Long Verde means green, but inside they're purple. If you'd show the camera what we have inside there.
Okay.
And so phycin is one of the more important phytochemicals in figs, and again, proven to stimulate apoptosis, or programmed cell death in cancer cells. Delicious. And if you think of all the ingredients, one of the things you're looking for here is prebiotics. Plant food, fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes contain substances that we cannot digest, but our 100 trillion cells in the gut are using it for food. And if we feed our gut properly, it's called the microbiota, what we end up is we're making vitamin biotin, vitamin K. We're also stimulating the immune system. What they find now is 2/3 of the immune system surrounds the gut. And by things that we cannot digest, that prebiotics are going to improve our immune system. This is dark figs, so this is Black Mission figs. This one's not quite ripe, but you can see we're going to have a great harvest here.
Yeah.
And, you know, people will think, yeah, well, you're some rich doctor in California. I can't afford that. 62% of Americans own their own home. You don't need much land. About 20 years ago, Sierra Club put out a book called Edible Landscaping, in which they talked about, if you're going to spend time on it, if you're going to water it, make it something you can eat. And 2/3 of Americans could do the same thing. And if you don't have land, there's a lot of cities where they're taking land that's unused, downtown Detroit and other places, and they say, this is a community garden. Put some fruit trees in. It might be a couple of years before you get a harvest, but a garden, you're going to get it in a couple of months.
Grow gardens, not grass, right?
Exactly. You know, and I live in a desert. You know, Southern California is a desert. We're in the worst drought in history. Why would you water something unless you can eat it? And here's an interesting point. We're good to Mother Earth, and it nourishes us. And so there's this symbiotic relationship. I feed the soil, and then the plant feeds me. And the same thing for you folks.
I mean, you know, by the way, Patrick, that fig that I just ate, that's the sweetest fig I've ever tasted.
Isn't that delicious?
That's incredible.
I'll tell you what, one of the things that I do, I add Epsom salts to the soil. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. If you look at green plants, what you have here is green chlorophyll. And chlorophyll takes the energy of the sun combined with water and carbon dioxide, and it makes sugar. And then from that it makes proteins and all these exotic phytochemicals that protect us from disease. Well, the beauty of this whole business of that, the middle of that chlorophyll molecule is magnesium. If the plant doesn't get enough magnesium, it doesn't make enough chlorophyll. Doesn't get enough chlorophyll, it won't make enough sugar. It's not going to get sweet enough, and all the other chemicals that it makes. So I put like a handful of Epsom salts in a gallon of water and dissolve it at the base of the tree about 3 times a year. Delicious fruit.
That's a great tip for people that are growing their own food.
You know, do you see any bugs, anything on that?
No.
This is all biodynamic, organic, and I'm not fighting any bugs. Essentially, the plant has its own immune system, just like you and I do, just like you people do. If you're nourishing yourself, you have a good immune system. Vaccinations, that's a whole nother subject. Move on here.
Okay. So basically, if you nourish the plant, you won't have the issue with the bugs.
That's right. That's right.
Hi, this is Ty Bollinger. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, click the link below to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will provide you with the most up-to-date information from nutritional experts all over the world to help you stay healthy.